Okay, so Dave, we're live. Actually,
Awesome.
let me let I'm gonna let some of the people, or if you could do it, can you let the people know on that Discord if they want to tune in? We'll definitely bring up the what we're trying to do over there, but
Okay, which Discord?
the one regarding the races,
The deep end.
the naughty Discord, which is
Naughty
what we
Discord.
we
Love it.
nicknamed it. Some people are not into the boycott, so we call it the naughty Discord as a joke.
Okay.
But okay, so let me
Do we
just
have a link to tune them in?
um yes. It is when you just use tune into this.
Right. I just sent them a message, but should I send them a link so they know where to go?
Yeah. Let me just I'll go ahead and do it.
Yeah. Or send it to me and I can paste it.
So yeah, I'll do that. Okay, let me just share it real quick. Okay, there's just a couple people tuning in, so we'll just give them a few minutes to do that, and then we'll start, talking about what's been going on.
Okay. But I need a link for the Naughty Discord because there's some people over there that want in.
Okay,
They're excited.
okay, cool. Here, let me just do it real quick. I'll just get out of the game. That'll be the easiest way for me.
Okay.
Okay, so for everyone tuning in, this is the channel. Okay, so far we have 14 people watching.
Awesome. Hey, 14 people.
Hi, 14 people. This is Dave. He is the leader of Exquisite Talent. Okay, so before we talk about race and all that, I just want to go over Dave and we decided to do our team merge. I mean, I guess we both did it for different reasons. So for my reason, with the new war system, um, we were just a little bit shy of being able to beat like top 50 to 100 teams. Because a lot of my members are free to play, they're not able to compete at that level. We could definitely take on like 70 and up, but once it was like in the 50s, we'd be short just a few coins, like maybe like 20 coins. It'd be really close. Um, so Dave and I decided that because some of the free to play players or the newer players, they're really having such a hard time to keep up, it would be better that we merge our team and the people who can take on harder teams will, take on teams that are ranked 50 and above. And then people who are more at the medium level, my goal for them is to take on teams around the 100 ranking and above. Sound about right?
Yeah, that's right. It's actually the same for us. We have some awesome free to play players and they're really into the game and they have a lot of fun. But because we had a bit of an unbalanced, we had some players who are able to pay for some of the nicer monsters like Sammy on the team. Maybe about half of ours could do that, and then half did not. It led for some unbalanced wars where
Mm-hmm.
basically at the higher levels, the other teams were able to beat us because they were just able to kind of walk over the defenses of our bottom 15. And so I really believe it's more fun, if like we get more like players together. So if you're going to have pay to play players who can get some of the better monsters, you get about 20 or 30 of them together. You're going to have a better war. It's more competitive. It's more interesting. And same thing with the free to play. If you have 20, 30 free to play players with really good teams, they're going to have more fun because they're not actually going to be penalized because they have a few higher ranking players that have monsters that are just unavailable to them.
Right. So now that we've done that, definitely my members have said wars have been much more easier, as in more fair, less stressful. Because free to play players, I feel like they struggle the most with their runes. Because I have in real life friends who play the game with me, and you know they're great. Their GPM is great. They have rank 4 monsters, all free to play. But when it comes to their runes, it's hard to
Yeah.
get an X rune. You know, like they're doing the best they can, trying to do the blessings, things like that, saving gems for the 345 sale. But when you're free to play, 345 gems is a lot. So
yeah. And for a
they
free to play player, you're going to get a few X rooms at best, right? But you're not going to have the luxury of putting them on a monster in every book, for example, like that a pay to play player might do.
So someone wants to see the game full screen, you can certainly do that. They might want to see the race. Okay, so that's enough about me and Dave. So Exquisite Talent and Team KK have merged. So we're going to go on to do hard wars after this race on Team KK, and then medium-based wars on Exquisite Talent. So we merged and made this. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh no, I can't. So right now we're racing on a team called Dave.
Anti-social point.
Yeah, so just anti-social point. I mean, I don't know if social point got the message, but you know, there's a little.
And before this race, we were not anti-social point, but now we might be. I don't know. We're definitely more now
it
than
was
we were
just a
before.
little funny name we came up with.
Yeah.
You know, like just like anti-social and then social point. But yeah. So with this boycott, for sure. So how are you guys doing on the race? Someone here can't speak English. That's okay. I mean, sometimes people have questions. I don't know if are you able to see the chat, Dave?
Yeah, I just logged in. I can see it now. I actually see some of our old Exquisite Talent players. I see XX the Gamer. I believe he was with us for a while.
Winning Falcon. He's been a good supporter of the channel. Okay, so let's talk about race. A lot of people have been asking what lap we are. Da 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 da. We're 94.
We're crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone who's followed my team already knows I'm pretty damn crazy. Okay, so right now, someone bred the 4 legendaries for sure. No, let's do it straight up. Okay, so right now it's asking for a task to do 7 legendary rank ups. I think I'm able to do some. I've been extracting my cells. Wait, yeah.
I'll do one. I can do one.
I'm working on a free-to-play rank up for an epic. I mean, I'm down to 1. I've ranked up so many things. Everyone's ranked up so many. Right now I have this extracting. You wouldn't believe. Look at all that I have ranked, guys. I mean, thank God. I do a lot of breedable legendaries, like off race time. And my avaricias, I request that all day long through the team. If you want to see my Fire Liquid stash, I mean, I crafted this one. I have this. All of these, they bring home the gold.
They do.
And I've been ranking them up. They're like rank 2. I don't know what I'm going to do about this guy. He has level 7 runes. I want to take them off, but... Okay. So, there's 6 online. Here, let's call for a hard race if anyone's available. Tears. So, I made this channel even before I realized how crazy this race would be. And it's full of tears. Let's race hard if you can. So right now we have 6 online. Usually I give more of a heads up. Like I'll let people know 6-7 hours in advance. But I mean it's a weekend and we're almost there, right? We're right here in the bottom, so we're on the 3rd node, reaching the 4th. Okay, so while we wait for some members to come on so we can do a little racing, just want to talk to the chat, see how everyone's doing. I don't know if you guys heard that in the background.
Oh, what did you hear?
Huh?
Oh, what did you hear?
Oh, it's my husband.
Oh, okay. I thought it was my...
He's whispering little sweet secrets.
Aw, that's sweet.
He said everyone hates us. Is that true, guys? Does everyone hate ASP? Dave, do you hate ASP?
Nope.
Okay, we have 8 on. I mean...
Oh, Los Diablos Rojos. They're in our... Yeah, they're like... No, they're killing it. 60 laps.
Yep.
So
Oh.
Julio is from the Red Devils. We were wondering if they were going to go for 100, but it looks like they stopped.
You know what? That Team 2 and Team 3 Dark God, at the beginning of the race, the first 2 days, they were really going at it. Like, Dark God had the lead for a while. Like, it was interesting to watch for us. So Dark God had it for a bit, and then all of a sudden, the Red Devils, you know, they pulled it up, and then the next day, Dark God. So it's fun and interesting. That's why I like to race, you know, especially globals, like just seeing all that.
Yeah, Diablos is a legit team too. We fought them in more than one team war, and they've done really. I think they beat us both times, so
hey Dave,
they're pretty good. Yeah.
So Winning Falcon's asking. He said he heard there's a new type of event. Is this true? Have you guys heard anything?
There's a new event on Monday that was in the announcements. So on Monday, we're going to have a new 72-hour challenge, and that event will be based on your PvP performance. So now when you go into PvP on Monday, you'll have a special roulette wheel, which will give you coins based on your ranking in PvP for the 72-hour challenge. So we don't really know what to expect, but I'm hopeful we'll get a diamond relic out of it. Because the problem with 72-hour before, if you're high level, it's almost impossible to get anything good. You know, It's really, really hard. And at best, you're going to get a rank 1, rank 2 monster, which, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But if we can pull off a diamond relic for doing a bunch of PvP, that's awesome. Because I like PvP. I like to win. And it's the points you get is based on your rank there. So if you make yourself really low, like you drop trophies, it's not going to work. So you actually have to start.
Yeah. Here, let me
pull legendary.
I have the information if y'all want me to pull it up. We had it on our I think it was on the main Discord. It was right here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, let me pull it to my screen. That's why. It's on race right now. I gotta screen share my Discord. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull this up real quick so you guys can see the information. So basically, there's gonna be 3 rewards. Let me know if you guys are having trouble seeing this, okay? I'll zoom in as much as possible. So the first reward, if it's basically a 72-hour challenge, right? With the 3 cards, and then the third one always being the best with the most coins, and right? I think it's gonna have that same layout.
I think so.
Okay, so you know, usually the easiest is all the way on the left. Sometimes they give away an epic. So it looks like here, if you get it on the 3rd board, I don't know, do you have to clear the board or do you have to...
Well, it's 72-hour, right? So what I think we're going to see is that you're going to have On the left board, you should have 3 silver relic chests. In the middle board, you have 2 golden relic chests, and in the right board, you have 1 diamond relic chest. So just like when you have the monster, there's a very small chance you'll get it in the beginning, and that chance increases as you clear the tiles. If you have luck like mine, it's gonna be the last tile. But if these are actual chests, that's actually really good.
Ooh,
because
nice.
silver relic chests actually give diamond relics sometimes. It's rare, but it has happened. Same thing with gold. Sometimes the gold relic chest gives a diamond. The gold
True.
relic reward does not give a diamond. But anyway,
Right.
so I hope these are the actual chests. That'll be really, really nice.
Right. Okay.
And of course, the only one I care about is the one on the right. I want the diamond relic.
Yeah.
They can have the silvers.
Yeah. And also something that they wrote here, you'll only be able to complete each board once. A lot of people in the past, especially if you are around like level 60s, 70s, 80s, it's harder in the 90s and 100s, but you're able to complete it up to, I think, 3 times, right?
Yeah, you could especially if you were really low, like if you're like 20, you could cycle and you play the game. So you have to be low and play the game, like collect your food and stuff. Like at level 20, 25, collecting food would give you like 7,000 coins. So you could go through it over and over again. So when I first started this game, I think 72 hours was my first event, and I got Incognita, and I got a couple other really good monsters. And I had no idea what they were, but everyone on the team was like, how did you get those? How do you get those? And it's because of low level. It was easy. I'm like, how could you not get this? It's easy. I just collected food one time. And it was dead.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I did post a video one time, 99,000 coins. Like, yeah. So I don't typically do the boards over and over. Like on our team, Benyu, Joe, he always, or Caseman, he's great. For me, I have a high level. I have my ult. My ult is around level 80, so I get to I have been able in the past to do all 3, like get the monster, but then that's pretty much it. Like I don't really cycle. But here it's saying, nope, they've done something where they're not going to allow for that to occur. So you're only going to get to complete it once. Now, they've given us dates, which is pretty neat because, a lot of people have been complaining. They want transparency. So the start date here is really blurry. It's January 7th though, so 2 days from now we'll be flipping cards. And then it ends on the 10th.
By the way, we have a new node, just so you know.
New node, okay. All right.
Yeah, you called for hard racing. They've already finished.
Okay. Oh, last thing I'm going to show before I show the game, excuse me, is this is the roulette thing. It's like you're going to get coins for PvP, and then it spins a roulette, or is it both? Like, do you get coins and then you also get to spin on a roulette? Like, do you know?
I don't know. I suspect, and no one's seen this event before. We're guessing, but I'm going to guess we get 1 roulette, and it's going to be a special roulette.
Okay. All right. So let's just get back to race. I'm just gonna put it on you, Dave. Okay. So, my thing, it slept again. So I just have to do my screen share, guys. All right. So Dave, tell me a little bit about this race. How do you feel about it?
I'm annoyed. So I like racing, I really do, and I like playing Monster Legends. It's a lot of fun for me. But this race, we went into it with high expectations. It was the holiday. We had Christmas and New Year's. I was expecting something really good from Social Point, and we prepared. We did all these plans, and then I just, it was a grind. It was very expensive, wasn't fun, and I feel like I feel like my trust has been broken a little bit with Social Point. I don't want to be a downer in this video, but that's how I feel. And I feel that way because there was like no indication that anything had changed. So we've done a lot of this stuff before. We've done races, and it's like it we went into this, and then it wasn't what we expected, but it also was like nothing we've ever done before. There was no notice, no communication about that, and so yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit annoyed. Like it, it wasn't well thought through, and it's very expensive. I'm not even sure the game designers know how expensive they made it, but anyway, that's how I feel. But we're gonna finish it because we started it. So
I just need to get my charger. Okay. Oh. So while I have it on my screen share, let me actually, before I show you guys the race again, let's just go over the Discord. Let's see. Right here, we have, let me just move you aside there. Okay, so basically, started this Discord. What it is a lot of teams are, actually, almost everyone in the server, in the game, is pretty upset about this race. So we've come together on this Discord, and there's several things you can do. A lot of teams are going to opt to sit out on the next race, and as they choose to do that, I've just been keeping a list. So right here, our mission statement is to do 0 laps and spend 0 gems. So next race, regardless if it's a global or whatever, our team vows to not participate at all. So that's our option. Just like it was our option to finish out this race, it's going to be our option to not participate. And the reason why is, as they was explaining, we're pretty upset about how this race, I mean, the way that it was a race that I've never seen before. And I've been doing races straight up for 3 years. No race hop, nothing. And to have from lap 50 to, I'm pretty sure, to 100, because we're at lap 95 right now, have a pay task. And when I say pay task, I'm talking about solo epics, solo legendaries, breeds, and that's pretty much the pay task to me. Every other task is doable. Level 7 runes, we do that. We do everything. Legendary, breed, joint in the bottom when they ask for, several, or epics. They've asked us for 32. I mean, you can just see it right here. I can show you guys some examples easily. Let's start from, okay. So right here, lap 72. So when we realized every node had a pay task, like I have friends in other race teams and things like that. So I let them know what's coming up, because as far as I knew, we were probably second or first ahead of most. Legendary Scions, they were doing really well as well. So basically here, right here, there's an epic of 32. We'll finish this, we'll skip that epic, we'll do our rank up, we'll do our runes, and what comes next? Another epic or another legendary.
Yeah, and what you have to remember, there's 50 laps of 5 nodes. That means there's 250 of these, where almost all of the 250, I would say 230 plus, require paying something. If it could be, if you have to craft 8 level 7 runes, that means you're going to pay, 8 times at best. If you get really lucky, you're going to pay, 50, 60 gems if you get perfect luck. But chances are you're going to pay 100 gems right there.
And we're not even complaining about that.
Right? That's a small one.
Like that we've been just doing
But it's 250 times. And then to intermix with that, you have solo breed 8 epics, or, joint 34 epics. And we can do 34 epics joint free to play, but we can't do it 250 times.
Yeah.
And that's the
Talking about
rub.
social points.
That's what's messed. I'm not gonna be vulgar here, but that's what has me pissed off.
Right here, breed 4 legendaries. I mean, most teams would pay for that. We've been doing it straight up. Like,
Every time.
We got to lap 69 on day 2, and since then, we've been doing everything as much as possible, free to play. So right here, just to me, a normal race is having these epic skips, these tolls, I like to call them. Maybe like once a lap, twice a lap when it's a little heavy, once every lap and a half to 2 laps when they're being generous. But it's been once a node.
Yeah, exactly. And there was no indication this was going to happen. It'd be one thing if Social Point said, "Hey, prepare to spend," or prepare. This is going to be really hard if you go past 50.
Oh, this one's not that bad. Look, just 6 epic breeds, a bunch of the legendary rank ups. So basically, the tasks that we've been getting since level 50 are legendary rank ups, level 7 runes. We haven't seen a 6 rune, a 5 rune, an 8 rune.
1,250 level 7 runes. Think about that.
You've been keeping track? Damn.
How many teams do you think have the resources to craft 1,000, right? So if you straight craft them, that means you need 4,000 or 5,000 level 6s across 30 players. I mean, come on, it's nuts.
So once we hit level 70, we basically we hit level 69 on day 2, which is Sunday. Since then, we've just been doing what we can to make this race as cheap as possible. We'll still skip the epic solo. That is too much for one person to do.
Yeah.
You'll actually waste more gems doing. I've done it in the past, and I've done the math, and it never pays out. So that is an automatic skip because you're gonna end up spending more when you try.
Unless there's some cases where someone needs a breedable epic, like they need a Musu 120 or they need a gold core, because you should have those at 120 in your game if you're serious about playing. If you don't have those, that's the one exception. Go breed 8 Musus and then extract them to get your 120 or something like that. But that's the only and that's the only time, because is this right? You will spend more gems doing that, but in the case where you don't have it already, at least you'll get something for your gems instead of just spending them on the skip.
Right. So you'll end up paying more, but what Dave is saying is you will you'll get something out of it.
Yeah.
Where when you hit skip, you don't get anything out of it.
You get nothing.
So here,
and if you're a free to play player, you're a minimum gem kind of player, I got to be honest, a level 120 epic like a Musu Gold Core, they really do. They're amazing at that level. They're not so good at level 9, something like that. But if you can get 120, they'll actually improve your game. They're actually competitive against legendaries.
You guys better be listening. These are pro tips, okay?
Yeah. So if you're fighting a Dragon War, your 120 Musu will one-shot level 105, 110 legendary all day long.
Mm-hmm. So right here, we did our runes. We put our best efforts to throw them in, and then there's the infamous epic skip. So I've been posting this for other teams to see. We actually kept a running list. I will probably at some point. You guys can see a little preview right now if you want. We started at lap 75. We recorded literally every node. So, sorry, there's much more. So this is literally every node. If you guys want to see, I'll do it from like lap 75 to 77. Okay, so lap 75, node 1. Okay, that's not bad. 4 L rank ups, and then the usual eggs and feeding. Okay, so I don't know why we're crying. And then after that, node 2, more rank ups, a hatch, and then 16 epics. Why not?
Yeah, a 4 legendary rank up's not a big deal, right? Unless you have to do it
can't
time.
see.
It gets old,
Come on, just skip it. It's just 230 gems times
right?
500. Okay. So one, two,
What's wrong with
three.
that?
Yeah. So node 3. Okay. Who wants to breed 4Ls? And mind you, the food and the gold collections and feed have gone up astronomically. I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all noticed, but we definitely noticed. Never have we ever. Okay, when my team went up against Team Collusion, we did like 136 laps. It was 880 gold for the 15 member collects. This race, are we at 4 million
300.
yet? We're at
No, no, for the
3.8?
15, for the 15, it's 300K.
No, no, no. The gold,
Oh,
right?
the gold. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. It's like, yeah,
Like,
it's in the
just
millions.
97 million, 94 million gold right there.
Well, that's a joint, so like that's doable.
Our
But where
joints
we've
have
gotten
never been that high,
the
though.
solos have been 48 million. Have you seen that?
Oh, yes. Actually,
Like how many
you,
players? How many players at the mid level and free
no,
to play?
no one. I mean, I,
48 million gold on a good day. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous.
you better have not touched your gold. Because Katie, she almost did it. She was short 3 million, right? She didn't touch her gold all day, but I think she did a middle collect, which was like 3 million. So when she went to do it, she was short. And then I went to do it on my husband, who hadn't touched his gold all day, not even for a middle collect, sorry. But like, he was at 46, so I was short 1 million. It's pretty tough. And usually we are very conservative with our gold collections because we'll, gather, race hard, and do laps after laps. And there's no doing that here, so. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Here, you guys want to see a gold collection? Here's a solo gold for you. Okay, I just want to see in the chat how many people like this node. Solo 47 million, 27 epic breeds. Pay to play. I mean, you know what? For the next couple of races, we're definitely sitting out, and we're not even gonna pay to play. To me, pay to play is when we skip the epics, but we do everything else. Not even gonna do that. So what's the point?
Yeah, because I really had we for us pay to play races used to be one or two players would get a gem pack, and we would complete the race, no problem, right? If we want to win the race, like win against our rank, our group or even the global, okay, we get more people. But it wasn't like this, this one, it's like every member of the team has to put in, $100. That's $3,000 for a
Yes.
game we play on our phone.
I feel
It's
very
like, come on,
embarrassed.
that's embarrassing. I'm sorry, that's stupid. And it's just like it's gotten out of hand. And I think, I think our favorite developer at Social Point, I think they just, maybe not developers, but the game designers, I think they lost touch with this one. I don't really believe they intentionally planned it to be that way, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
I have a different stance. I feel like they are testing it out on the higher laps. And the reason
Yeah,
for the
maybe.
boycott is I am afraid that if they feel like, okay, no one complained, they or not enough people
Let's
complained,
do more.
let's do it to 25 to 50 and see how that goes.
Yeah, and I think with this race they screwed a lot of teams. Like, so we're pretty lucky we have all high level players, everyone can collect all this gold, all this other stuff. So even if we didn't buy in and try to go to 100 laps, I think our team would get 25 laps, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But what about all the other teams? The teams who haven't been playing for a year or more that are still developing,
That's
you
very
know, I
unfair, even with
it's
just the
very
gold.
unfair. And it's not fun, right?
Yeah.
And that's, I think this game, at its core should be fun for all the players, whether you're spending money or not. It should be, it should be interesting and engaging, and I think they lost touch with this one. So
Yeah.
I think for the most part, the game and the races in the past have been engaging, where no matter what level you were, you still find a team, have some fun, contribute, get some stuff out of it in the end. Even a low, like a level 25 could have done that. I can't imagine a level 25 player getting anywhere. I don't think they could do one task.
So I took a little survey here. So if you join our Discord, we invite you to post your race, what I've asked the teams to do is post your team's lap screenshot. So I like to do it on the team tab, not the quest tab, but here it's more easy visually to see what lap you're on or how you finished off your race. So basically that, and just state your original goal and the actual lap you are ending out with. A lot of teams, on day 2, day 3 decided we're not going to go for the full 100, we'll just do 50, or we're not going to go for the 50 we originally wanted, we'll only do the 25. They've had this list from Marianne, who's a very active member of the community. She put together this list from people who have contributed, letting her know what is the upcoming tasks. Probably most of the list, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it came from Demo, who's someone in our team providing her these laps. So right here, showing everyone's able to see there's a lot of red, there's a lot of yellow. So epics are yellow and breeze legendaries are red. But just going back to this, when I review this, I see a lot of teams were looking forward to getting the rank 5. They were wanting to do the 100 laps. I've spoken to people one-on-one. They've told me, they actually, let me read you a story. There was one person here. There's even a team, Seeds, Australia Rock, shout out to them. Both those teams originally, they're top teams and they're capable. They were going to do the 100 laps, but when they saw what was coming for 50, they didn't even do 50. They stopped at 25. So there was a team I read. This really broke my heart. Basically, I think this is the one. Right here, shout out to D. Marie from Unholy Terrors. He says, what pisses me off the most about the situation is that many of my young, I guess her players, were excited to spend their Christmas gift money to buy gems. I guess, they're just looking forward to getting the 100 laps. Because doing 100 laps is not easy. And for me, I feel like if you're going to do 100 laps, you have to commit. Well, obviously we did. But just in general, a normal race, you have to commit. You have to put in the time, you have to show up, you have to be active. And this team, I'm not on this team, but I think that's what they agreed to do. They're going to go for it. It's 10, 11 days of race. So 10 laps a day. Sure, we can do that. Why not? Why not do that for a rank 5? So they wanted to put a little extra money for the epics, I'm sure, because that's what we pay for. And I think they ended off at 25, 50? Okay, they ended up at 50. So a lot of broken hearts this race. A lot of people going into it very excited, looking forward to the rank 5, and then ending out at 25 or 50.
Yeah, and think about that 12-year-old, 15-year-old kid, got $50
$50
card from grandma,
laps.
And this is like the one shot, right? They got $50. They're gonna go do something with their favorite game at Monster Legends, and they spend their $50, and then this is what they get.
Yeah,
that's not right. You think what it should be. Most other games do. That kid comes in with their $50 game card, spend it on their favorite game. Monster Legends, they should get the best value of the year. The one time they do that around Christmas, when they get that should be the best thing for the year. And that'll keep them playing, keep them engaged, because they're probably not going to get that opportunity to spend that much in their favorite game till their birthday or the next Christmas or something like that.
Right. So for anyone out there who's not happy with this race, we definitely invite you. I will link the Discord to I'll pin it in a comment. So, speak to your members. If you're a member, speak to your leads, see if they're interested in doing that. Same for leads. Definitely speak to your team. We're not trying to break up teams here. It's, in my opinion, should be a team decision. So as you come to that team decision, definitely let me know by just filling out right here. Basically, teams and laps for the next race. A lot of people are either doing, like we are, 0 laps and 0 gems, just completely sitting out of it. So there's some teams here left. Monster Mashers, Power Fun, just Australia
Yeah.
rocks. And then some people are still going to race, and that's fine. Everyone's able to choose what's more comfortable for them. If they want to race, if they want to, put themselves in a possible race like this, go for the gold next race, go ahead. But these teams right here, they are still going to race, they tell me, but they're going to do it with 0 gems.
Yeah,
So,
and that's a good option. I
yeah,
think
they're
you
probably
will
going to
get
do. Someone here told me they wanted to just get the epic. They're not even going for the legendary because, they feel like it's not
yeah.
plausible.
By the
So,
way, some of the mid-tier teams actually, Kaori was the prize for 4th through 6th place, whereas 15 magic cells was the prize for 3rd place. So if you're in one of those teams, definitely shoot for 4th. Because I'll tell you right now, Kaori's way better than 15 magic cells. But yeah, I think there's really 2 good strategies here. One is, go free to play and get as much as you can for free. That's a
yeah.
great strategy, and I think people should take advantage of that. I think for us, we're probably going to just do 0 laps to make a point, because
Yeah.
we know social point measures really 2 things. They're going to look at how much money they make, the revenue, and I don't think they're going to see the impact from this race. I think they're going to see it next one, because most people spent their money before this started. But the other thing they look at is what they call consumption, or how people are using the game. And so if they see a dip in both, if we can affect enough people, to either spend less or spend none, and some of us are going to actually choose not. I think that teams like ours, we can afford to sit out a race. We'll be okay. We don't need the monster. We have plenty of other great monsters to play with. We're hoping they'll sit up and take notice, because I
Yes.
think we've
Let's
made our
stick
complaints
together, guys.
Yeah, we've told them why we're unhappy, one-on-one dialogue with them, and they did listen. But I don't think they're really taking us very seriously.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize like how bad this race really is for us, the players.
Yeah.
So we want them to notice.
So some of the top
Make it better.
Yep. So some of the top teams, they've suggested next race. I'll keep this Discord going, and next race I'll put a channel. They want to they want us to show like a screenshot of, basically, if it's not a global, there's no way for us to see each other. So just to show that we're all really committed. So we'll be posting screenshots, on a daily or every other day basis. I mean, ours is going to look pretty boring. It's going to be 0 laps. So, like, literally, if we move up one node, even if it's free to play, I will punch somebody. Dave, will you take the punches? Like, take the punches. Yep. I don't even want to do a node. I don't care if it's free to play, because I don't want to even play. I'll be doing other things. I'll be making breedable legendaries, hopefully not counting towards a pay to skip node, but just to buff my, boost my, I don't know, my GPM, do something free. But this channel right here, Fox, if you guys aren't familiar with Fox, she works for Social Point. She has joined our Discord. She came in day 1.5, and so she came in, we spoke to her, and she said she was going to review our feedback, so we made a special channel just for her. So everyone who wants to be heard, regardless of race, whatever event you want to talk about, if you have feedback for Fox, this is where you want to fill it out. I don't want it to be like a chat channel, so don't put like little one-liners and then add just one big. So I just want it to be very clear and concise, and so she can read everyone's feedback and make a difference, hopefully. So even if you're not into
feedback,
so even if you're not into the boycott, I still definitely invite you into the server so that you can do that at least, because everyone should at least be doing that, because I know everyone has feedback. Everyone has something that they feel should change in the game. So that's pretty much it. I mean, if you guys want me to show race again, let me know in the chat. I can do that. Let's see. Looks like we are. I think we'll be finishing up some point tomorrow. We'll definitely make it before the day is up. Someone was asking, what if you make it to 99 node 4? I mean, we're not gonna do that. Our team is pretty together minded. Like, we're not gonna let that happen, so don't worry. But yeah, we'll make it. Right now we're still on lap 94. We've moved up a node.
Yeah, it's going kind of slow. These runes, everyone's out of runes. So breeding level 7 runes after you've had, or not breeding, crafting level 7 runes after you've had to craft as a team over 1,000 is
Yeah.
really hard. Everyone's out of runes. You know, we're like
It's,
trying to make 7s with 4s now. It's ridiculous. We're intentionally downgrading our 8s and 9s. It's, you know, that's sad.
so Valley, if you guys don't know Valley, she's the leader of Hounds of Justice. Um, she's in my other special Discord, and you know their team was going for the 100 as well. So when we hit the S storm, because Dave doesn't want naughty language, you know, I was telling everyone Monster Mashers is in there. I told them it's not worth it. If you're not at lap, if you're just around the 50s, like don't bother. It's not worth paying a note. We did 20 laps like that, and you know we're I guess a little I don't know, not stubborn, but maybe optimistic. I didn't notice it till like the late 60s. And then
Yeah.
by the time it was 69, I was like, so when is this going to stop? Nope,
Yep.
not going to stop. And it hasn't. I mean, we did see yesterday Rainbows and Butterflies, one free to play
One
One.
node out of 250.
Yes.
There was one where we didn't have to spend a lot of gems to get through it.
Yeah, it was no gems probably. It was
Yeah, no gems for that one. Yeah,
it was
but
like,
every other gem, every other lap is like hundreds of gems to get through it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so the chat, did you guys still want to see the race? I mean, there's not much going on here. We have to hatch some eggs, do some more runes. It's literally the same stuff over and over. You know, we're quite bored. We're 9 online. Someone's hatching an egg.
Over and over. No 6s, no 5s, just level 7s.
Yeah.
Legendaries and epics over and over and over again.
Yeah. We still need 6 runes. So for me, I'm not going to pay for these things. Okay, I'll pay for a solo, like, epic. Legendary, we still try. We try to get 2 if we can. That'd be great. So my method for solo legendaries is I'll try. But if I get 2 epics, I'll stop. So I don't know how everyone does it. Everyone's different. So if I have a legendary ready to go, like pre-made, which we all do. We pre-make epics, we pre-make legendaries to make sure when it comes up, we can either drop it in a joint. I will never pay for a middle anything. So yeah, that's what I do. I'll drop my 1 legendary, and then if I can make 3 more, great. If I can't and I get epics, I still feel like a winner because I got 2 epics and I'll gem the rest. Mm-hmm. Versus people who are just gemming the rest, and another team's gemming. A lot of other teams are gemming these 7 runes. It's crazy because imagine our spend is $260 per node. Theirs is probably 500 something. So if we spend $1, they're spending $2. So, and that's why like our team is able to push out many laps because we're just super active and, you know, for me, I believe super efficient. So yeah, so our dollar takes us a little farther. All right, well that's pretty much what it was for the live stream. Did anyone have any questions before we finish up?
Let's watch for questions.
Wait, did Monster Gaming really ask like what position we are? I think we're number 1 in our race pool. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, of course. We're number 1 in our pool. I have a feeling we're probably
laps.
one or 2 in the world. I don't know if Hounds is probably, but that's okay. We're not racing them.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. For me, I'd rather do as much of this free to play. So I was talking in the server earlier. It took us 2 days to get to lap 69. It took us 6 days to do the other 30. Where was it? Maybe here. I think I share. So I share a lot. People want to know, you know, how things are going. This was from yesterday, I think. So you can see here, you know, if your team is active, coordinated, definitely do these epics. So my team, what we do is we always do the middle. because when you gem those out, they are 50 gems per. When you do a bottom, sometimes if we're racing hard, like competing, like I'll skip a few, but when we have the space on our hatch, like we'll drop it. So you definitely want to do the middles because they call for like 4 epics and it'll be 200 gems. 4 epics is pretty damn good to save 200 gems. Now the bottom is sometimes 200 gems as well, but it'll last you for like, I don't know, how many does it ask for like usually when you first start? Like 16? Or even if it asks for like 20. So to me in the math, that counts for 10 gems each. I'm skipping that. You know, like if I have it, if we're passive racing, like let's do it. Sure, save 200 gems, drop 20 epics. But if you don't have it, everyone's hatch is full. Whoever has an epic should save it for the middle. Now the solo on top, I am unlike Dave. Dave is into making Musus and whatnot. I'm more of I do it for, you know, the race part of it, the aspect of it. It's going to cost you more because every time you fail and you have to hatch it out, like one person, we don't even have 8 spots in our hatchery to make 8 solo epics. Crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you want us to do? Like, wait 4 days? I don't know. I mean, that's my rant on that. So one of the things I want, if Fox really like reads this feedback, number 1 is I've been wanting this since Olympus. I want solo epics to be doable. Okay, guys? Like, there's no reason why they should have us do 8 epics for one person. Like I said, we don't even have 4 spots to hatch. So if they could just ask us to do 2 so that we can even attempt it, it shouldn't be an automatic pay. Like this is my opinion. There should be no task that you see like, oh, okay, like that's like then don't even put a task. Just say pay 250 gems because that's literally what it is. So if we could just, it would just make such a big change in race if they could ask for something reasonable. You know, like if you want to ask for 1 epic, I mean, I doubt they'll ever do that. 1 epic and make us pay 300 gems if we don't do it. Shame on you, lazy people. Or, you know, I was saying 2, maybe 3 at the higher nodes or 4 at, 4 max. I mean, fine. At lap 70, if you want to ask for 4, like, so people can do, I don't know, like, whatever. But 8 from the start, like, we've been doing that since I started racing, which was the Lernian race. And it's always been that way. So, to me, it's always been a toll. But why not? Why can't we be able to attempt every task? Like, why is this task given like this? Why have we put up with it for so long? Dave?
What? I'm sorry.
I said, why have you been putting up with solo epics for so long?
Oh my god.
Oh, I know, because you're a Musu. You're a Musu lover.
Hey, don't knock my Musu. Like, my Musu kicks butt in Dragon Wars. My gold core carries 2 shields, and that's awesome too. So I love my breedable epics, as you already know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I try to get the whole team. So it's like, it's one thing for me to have them, but when I get the whole team to get 120 breedable epics all the way down the line, that is super fun. When you get a war that's like legendary epic, and your whole team, all 30 players, have 120 epics to put in, it's guaranteed to win.
See, that's the difference between my team and your team. We're all about requesting legendaries and epics. I mean, we've had a couple of people really rank up their good epics, but we've never done it as a team like you have. So when it comes to epic wars, there's a few shining stars like Peyton, because he loves his epics. I don't know if you checked out his account, but he has like a bunch at top rank. I am really bad at epics. I mean, I make them for the races, but I scrap them.
Yeah. So one of these times we'll have to talk about our epic lotto. So we take it to the next level. So not only do we get the breedable epics, but we make sure the entire team has rank 5, level 120 premium epic, like Bonnie Bark or Nautilus. And we do that through coordinated cell trade. We kind of lotto it off. And I don't want to, we could talk about that on the next live stream.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's just another fun thing to do. And then when you have an epic war and everyone has a 120 premium epic, it's even better.
Yeah. Okay, so that was pretty much it for live. I will drop the link. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely put them in the comments as well.
Yeah, and I dropped the link to your naughty Discord a few times in the chat. You should be able to scroll up and get it if you didn't see it when I did it.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Monster Legends Gaming said, I don't know. There's two. There's Monster Gaming and Monster Legends Gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Pineapple. Okay, Pineapple, what team are you from? He said his team did 70 laps, but they can't do. I think he meant to say 100, not 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of talk in the chat about teams who weren't able to make. Yeah, a lot of teams did not make their original goal. A lot of broken hearts.
Right.
I mean, our heart is broken too. We'll get the 100, but trust me, our hearts are not. This is not a race that we are ever going. I was saying to someone, this is not a race that we're ever going to be like, oh my god, do you remember that race where we paid 250 pay tabs? One in every. It was so amazing. Let's do it again. No.
Never doing this again.
Yeah. Actually, we're never racing hard again. I think this race really killed races in general and for sure for my team. Now, what I want from the only way like I'll race comfortably again is if Social Point addresses the fact that they literally put 250 pay tasks on each node and says, you know, like whether it was a mistake or not or on purpose, even if it was on purpose, if they say, you know what, we realize like literally no teams could deal with that because it's ridiculous and we apologize if we won't do that again, then that's a different situation. Then I'd be more open to doing races again because they would basically be showing that it's not something that they're going to do again. But without that, like Dave, like you said to me earlier today, they basically broke our trust.
Yep, they broke our trust and they did acknowledge the mistake. You know, we made it loud. You know, we were very clear about the problems in this race with Social Point before last weekend. And I understand this is a holiday, but we were expecting at least an acknowledgement that this is messed up, and then maybe a little something, you know, to say, hey, just a little even acknowledgement. We didn't get that.
Well, they did that for Soul Hugger. They screwed up on Soul Hugger. They made his thing so well. Not you. You didn't get compensated, but most people who had hatched their flirty had page 4. They basically, I don't know who's making the game a Social Point right now, but they're making it hard and unachievable for a lot of members. So what they did, guys, if you did the first 2 on, was it an island? And you did your page 4, a lot of people got 120 Soul Hugger cells. Check your update. In the updates, there's a statement from them, and they apologized, and they realized they made it too hard, not achievable for most, so they gave everyone 120 Soul Hugger cells. So if you haven't gotten that, send a ticket for sure, because I sent my ticket along with that, a screenshot of that, and then they, you know, compensated. So I guess that's what Dave's saying. Basically, a little acknowledgement that they made a race that was not realistic. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna keep going on about it, but yeah. Yeah, Pauline.
By the way, I was just denied again my request for Soul Hugger.
They just like me better than you.
They like you better. So yeah, this will be my 5th ticket. And then they wonder why I complained that they don't listen.
No. But you didn't get your Soul Hugger, but I didn't get my 1,410 gems. So at the start of the race,
That's true.
at the start of the race, I don't know how many teams are affected by this, but I'm sure LS was Legendary Science because they were ahead of us. The new thematic quest that they put out with the uncommon breeds lightning. I know a lot of people are complaining about that. So for their common Earth hatch, simplest thing, right? Hatch a common Earth, buy a Rockilla, wait 2 minutes. We hatched it. Did we get a check mark? No. Okay, so let's buy 2 Rockillas, feed them a little, let them mate, breed one, hatch it. Did we get a credit? No. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we hatch a freaking common Earth? I don't know. Okay, so we tried and tried for a good solid like 5 minutes, and then we realized, you know what? It's just broken. Okay, we're hard racers, so we don't just, at 25 people trying to race, stop right there. So the logical thought was, okay, let's just skip these, like as if it was a solo epic, and just ask for compensation because they obviously made a mistake. And they did. They did say on their official server or somewhere that it was broken and they fixed it, and that they even said they compensated everyone automatically. But don't you worry, you won't even realize it because it's just automatically. They're just gonna throw it right onto your gems. So that's what they said on my service ticket, and they were giving me 390 gems, where I clearly, it might be in my video, I don't know. It's going to be a hard video to make because I have so much to cover that I don't even want to make one. But
so Yami was saying he can join our live stream. Do you want to bring him into this one or wait for the next
one? Nope. Let's add him in. So Yami is from Hounds of Justice. He took a little break from Hard Wars, I believe. So I don't know, maybe he's on holiday. And so he happened to join my team. Didn't realize he was going to be in the worst team for this race. When I say worst team, I say that because we put ourselves in a position where we're, lap 70, 20 in deep. Like, I know a lot of people are telling us we didn't have to keep on. I mean, that was just our personal choice. We decided as a team that we did want to just not waste the 20 laps that we did and just endure the 30. Luckily, we did get to do a lot of it free to play. So what another team would have spent, we did a fraction of. But still, many complaints. We were not happy, okay? So anyways, so Yami. Hi. Yeah. Welcome to my rant.
I enjoyed listening to it on my way home.
I know.
I can barely hear Yami.
Yeah, he always has that problem of let me put the race back on. I think people wanted to. But yeah, I just wanted to get your feedback. I mean, I know you're not happy with the race, but just overall, how the race has been, and I've always been on my team. I've always led my team since I was level 16, so I don't really know what it's like too much out in other teams. I did join a team temporarily, so shout out to Blue Army. They were going for 25 laps. I think they hit it. I joined a random team just to see how they were doing in the race, and then I did 3 skips for them, and yeah. But overall, anyone that's from another team, I always like to get feedback, how it's like.
Yeah. Well, I never liked races in the first place.
And now you never will.
I'm already coming from a standpoint that isn't exactly very positive about it. And then just going through all of this is just whoa, this is worse than I remember.
Well, because this right? Like I said, this race, even though we did 200 laps for fatigue and 200 laps for Olympus, this race cost more than both of those put together because every node was a pay node.
And if I think back to laps, 1 through 30 or whatever, we were actually having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I think it was fun. Everyone was engaged. Yami was having fun, and he was. Remember, you were surprised. You're like, "Wow!"
Yeah, I was at work as well.
Then it changed, and it was.
Yep.
It was not fun after 50.
We were still happy at 60. Want to see?
Yeah, because we assumed it would end, right? At 60, we're thinking, okay, this is the hump, right? They just put all this hard stuff, this crazy stuff between 50 and 60, and now it should be good again, right? No, it didn't happen.
It's 50 to 100, silly.
Players.
Yeah. It's not going to end.
It's never gonna end.
I
And
mean,
where we at now? We're at what 90 something, and it's gonna be the same level 7 runes, crap ton of legendary
there's an
ranks and
epic
greetings.
solo. Who wants it?
Epic solo. Yeah, who wants an epic solo? I'm gonna do a PvP real quick. That should be easy.
Okay.
Oh, some people wanted to see your PvP.
Mine?
So if you,
Oh, Yami?
yeah, they wanted to know. Well, Yami would be awesome, but yeah, they wanted to see some PvP in the live stream.
Okay, I can do that. Here we go. Want to see some PvP? I
Oh, it's
can.
done. Well, you can still do it if you want to, but yeah, it's done.
Oh no. And my phone is dying, so yeah, so I just wanted to show here, let's just get into it. So you were saying we're so happy on, let me just full share this. Hold on.
Oh, by the way, Yami, yeah, you can skip this one if you want. There you go.
I kind of owed like an extra 300 gems or whatever.
Yeah.
So this was day 2. We hit 60 laps, right? Rachel from Delhi, she gave me this screenshot. I don't know if you can see it. So legendary scions, right there. Can you see that? Or I don't think I can make it bigger and move it to the right. Instagram hates me. But basically, Rachel gave me the screenshot that she was competing with this team, and they were doing really well. So they were at 58 laps. We hit our 60 laps, and yeah, we were still happy. I mean, I made a little joke that it was 60 laps of torture because it started to get like skip heavy, but we didn't know it was going to be skip only. Like, Jesus. So that was like, and then the next day, I was like, all right, guys, it's not stopping. So at this point, I'm at lap probably like mid, like 68, 69. And this is when I started to complain. Because literally, what's the point of gathering 50 to 20 people? Like, you don't really need to do that because, it only takes one. So
yeah, if they really want to sell the monster for $100 in the store, just sell it for $100 in the store then.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because then I'll know what to do, and I guarantee you I'm not going to buy it.
I mean, I've spoken to other people and gotten feedback. So feedback from someone was even though we paid what we paid or whatever, we're still making out better than if we would have bought the monster times over multiple eggs. But honestly, I feel that the point of racing is to be rewarded for racing. I didn't want to race and pay full price. What the? I'm not.
Well, and that's the fun of it, right? I used to explain to my teammates, but way back when, get organized for races and finish them to get the top prize. I'd tell them, hey, this is probably going to cost you 200-300 gems, right, to do this race. And the value to you is going to be at least 10x, 10 times that. So you're gonna need some gems to finish, but bring 200-300, you're gonna get something that's worth thousands of gems. And that and it was true then. And with this race, they've seemed to turn it around and like, oh no, you're just basically we're gonna make you spend the equivalent of whatever all this cost, and you're gonna get a monster you probably didn't want to begin with anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's different when players choose to get something they want. That's different. They're choosing it. It's their choice. But this is like they were the requirement to keep going to finish the race was imposed upon us. It wasn't clear, wasn't made known, and I don't think any of us would have picked this monster to be the monster we're going to go all out and
I
try to
don't
get.
even buy eggs in the shop. I mean, it's rare. Like I'll do once in a blue. Like, not really. I don't actually. I bought a vault the other day. Like not the other day, but like last month. But that was for battleground purposes. Other than that, the last time I bought an egg was like 2 years ago. I won't have the 130 tomorrow. Like I'm not. A lot of us. No one is. Is there anyone in our team? I mean, Yami's in our freaking team for a day or two more. But like other than that, there's nobody in our team that will have the nicest, newest monster at 130 tomorrow. No, we don't do that. So unfortunately, this one. I mean, yeah.
How many packs do you think each player on our team will have had to have spent for this race?
Oh, we took a little inventory, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 minimum, but I think for several it's 3, 4, 5, really.
Yeah, so like,
yeah.
if you was to buy the eggs at 249 gems, that's going to cost you about $120 worth of gems to get them rank 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, what?
Yeah.
And if we've paid more than that for this race for a monster that we wouldn't have chosen, that's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
That's
It's
why.
like we've spent more than we needed to get, like, he's still a good monster. Like, don't get me wrong, even after they've changed him, he's still pretty good. But the the end product of what we're going to get isn't what we've been pushing towards. So it's kind of like a kick in the teeth to see that the monster that we thought was going to be pretty good, really strong, a nice sort of sub in if you couldn't get a War Master or something like that. Like, it's a decent second choice.
Right.
Yeah.
But they've changed. And I know everything's always subject to change until it's officially released. But that's something that you can't be having in races and mazes. You need to know what you're pushing towards before you get it. It shouldn't be a questionable thing.
Yeah, we're putting our money out there.
Needs to.
I mean, not even money, our effort. Well, that was one of the things on my feedback was instead of having like fast race teams providing the list to Marianne, how about Social Point do it? How about you just let us know what we're racing, and then that way we can decide, oh, look, it looks like it'll cost us $3,000. How about we just not do that? No thanks. No, you gotta. I mean, I get it. Like, it's a race, and you kind of just gotta like see what it is, but not when it's like just pay. Like, that's not a surprise. That's not like that's not the mystery of the race or whatever. Like, I don't know, just whatever.
Yeah, it's gotten
Who cares about race? Not me.
Yeah, not anymore.
Nope. I'm blanking out. I think my phone is dying, so just gonna wrap it up. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I will definitely provide that link. So,
something Skelly Boy Max just said about Shade Moon having a strategy to him. So he said Shade Moon's alright, but he has a strategy that makes him insane. Uses AoE guard down and then use his AoE 50% stun, and that 50% becomes 100%. So yeah, okay, that's a cool strategy. Or you could just use a regular monster that has a regular 100% stun. Or you could use a regular monster that was already a previous race monster like Talika that has a double AoE stun. So why should I try and use an extra turn skill and risk fighting an anticipation monster just to land a 50% AoE stun when I could use another monster that has just a regular AoE stun? It's counterproductive because you set yourself up for more counters.
And Yami, he knows this shit. He's a top 20 PvP. Come on, Yami, show us your... Here, let me... Actually, I could probably... You don't lower your ranks. You don't need to. Alright. Here we go. Ew, you're 89.
I haven't done PvP in like 2 seasons, at least.
PvP
I've only done PvP
season
this
is almost
season.
done. Wait, how many?
Go look at how many attacks I've done. That's nothing.
There's only 1 day and 10 hours. Why are you slagging?
Because I don't like PvP because I don't have Thalassa and I hate Thalassa. That is my entire...
Yeah, I'm trying to get her. When she first came out, I was telling Peyton how great she was. He's like, no. What?
Everyone was getting out Thalassa when she came out, and then they used her. They're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
She's like the best War Master, I think.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting the ultimate change.
Yeah.
The space. Literally, that's the only reason I'm losing PvP fights at the moment. I have a team set up exactly to counter Thalassa because I know how to manipulate. She is always going to use Abyssal Bottom on my Necromancer, no matter what. But because the special change hasn't happened, I still have to worry about her getting her ult on the first turn. And if she ults me on the first turn, I lose. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
It happens too often.
Alright, anybody want to see if I can breed? I'll try for a Arch Knight. Is that what he's called?
Oh yeah, Arch Knight. He's actually, I never gave Arch Knight much credit, but I lost to him one time. Someone had a 130 Arch Knight, and I wasn't really paying attention. He decimated my Samael, and
He has
I
like
ended up
a
losing.
70 base damage light skill, I think.
Yeah, it was one of the I normally don't get one shot carrying the tenacity shields, but that time I did.
Alright, just like yesterday with that special magic note. Arch Knight, okay guys? Bam! It's lagging.
Thorell and Cold Court.
I got an epic. Alright, I have 2 epics, guys. Come on, bring on the epics. I can't do this, Albreed. Someone.
Let me look at what I got. So I've got one genie just waiting to hatch, but like my hatchery's sitting at a day or more on every monster, so I've been just waiting. I hate like gemming that out.
Yeah.
Getting low on gems too. I have 290 gems.
I have 330. We're almost there. Just 5 more laps, guys.
It's like a week ago, I would have been like, oh, I'm low on gems. I'll just buy another gem pack.
We're free to play now.
I'm annoyed at Social Point, and I'm like, and actually, to be honest, even without my annoyance at Social Pack, like spending $50 at every turn in this game is getting out of hand. I think we should just for ourselves be free to play for a while, regardless if Social Point takes notice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, all right. I'll wait for someone else to do this legendary breed. There's only one more needed.
I can do. Well, I have 2 E's now. Chilling.
Yeah, save your E's. There's going to be an epic, because even if you do the skip, at least if you drop, then you drop, you save yourself 20, 30 gems.
Someone did one.
Yep, there's one done.
Yay! Thank you. Who did it? Christian. I should put this thing. Look what comes up for thanks. This.
It's like the little praying,
Yes.
the praying thing.
Okay, one more. We just need one more.
So close to 100.
The praying hands reminds me of my trip to Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. So many people pray. Yeah.
All right, let's see what the hubby has.
Oh, so Trogan has 2 epics. I wonder if he should.
He should what?
No, I don't want to burn up his epics. It's not.
No, never waste an epic. It's like currency in this game.
Right?
Definitely.
Oh, he has his temple is on, and he has. So scrap and raid are a thing now, right?
Like is it in the breeding event?
If they hook up, that can be a legend, right?
Wait, I'll check.
Let me look.
Oh no, I don't want to buy anything. Social Point.
No, he has some. Oh yeah. So we'll try for that.
Oh, it's Bonnie. Oh, to make this thing. That looks like Lord Malthus, isn't that?
Oh yeah, that's Lord Malthus. That's right. It's not Radar. Nice catch. It's an epic. Darn it.
Well, it's still a win for me. I'm pretty sure there's an epic joy coming up.
Guarantee you there's an epic coming up.
Yep. So I checked my husband. He can do an Ella breed, but he has 2 epics. Okay, so SMH Edits just posted in the comments that I'm a smack goddess. I mean, I don't know if it's because of your name or if it's because of my Ruby. Her name is Let Me Smack You. So I was going on and on earlier today about how rank 5s are hard. So for anyone who complains about 100 laps doing a rank 5, no way, dude. Like, I'm very selective on my Elementium. For Vault, when I first started, he was my first 130, and I got him all the way to rank 4 and did half requests for his cells. 740 cells to request is forever. So I did spend like 300 something Elementium, and then I had a 130 volt. Probably my first year into the game. And then after that, my next Elementium spend was Ruby. So at the time, I never bought a Nemesis before. So just a little story. I had like 10 people on my team that were in real life friends, and they were all telling me, you have, because I never even go on Wiki, okay? Like, they're like, she is freaking amazing. You have to check her out. So since I had like 5-6 friends hounding me, I was like, all right, let me go on Wiki, read about it. And I mean, her skills are amazing. Like, my favorite, Ruby Explosion and Laying Odds, forget about it. So I bought her, and because I had never bought a Nemesis before, people were at that time debating on Zyron the Ruby or Zyron the Emerald. And I didn't realize that when you buy an Emerald, that it's still a magic. Yummy. I thought it would be a nature. So my logic was, oh my god, my nature category sucks so bad that if I buy her in nature, because she's stronger, right, as an emerald, like strength-wise, like, I'm just gonna kick ass. So I bought the emerald, and then what I did was I looked her up. So what did I do? Oh, when I went to like freaking hatch her, I go to like L and I go to like nature, and I'm like, oh, what the hell? Okay, I guess it was bugged. I guess I didn't buy her. So I went and bought her again. So, sad story, I did spend $90. So I bought her again, and then finally I asked my friends, like, I don't know what's wrong with this, it's not coming up. And they said she was magic. That's how much of a noob I am at buying stuff at the dollar signs. So, yeah, so sad story. I bought 1 Zyron the Ruby and 2 Emeralds, and that's why I have a 110 Emerald. But other than that, like, I spent all my Elementium on her, and she's well worth it. And then my third and only other spend was Sammy. And that's it. Since Sammy, I've stopped and accumulated 395 Elementium. What's your Elementium look like, Dave?
Mine? Let me look. I have...
Like, I've been very...
1,654 Elementiums.
Okay, we're not going to talk about how you got them. Well, what have you...
Tell me what you spend it on.
Yeah.
I'm really selective on how I spend element cells and how I spend Elementium. I will only spend those two things on Nemesis that I really want. Right. So, for example, like, I don't really need... Well, so I have Ruby and Sammy's like the king of the game. So I definitely, I spent all my dark cells that I had and a bunch of Elementium getting him to rank 5. Mm-hmm. But since then, I was saving up because I wanted to do the Magic War Monster. And actually, so I had all the Elementium saved up and magic cells to get Ruby to rank 5. And it turns out I didn't need her. I actually completed that dungeon with Liurnian and Nereida, which is a rare, and Pandolf, which is an epic. And the only reason I completed it with those 3 is because I was still ranking and feeding rubies, and I didn't want to spend gems to speed it up because there was plenty of time. But now that I got that I got the rank 5 magic, I don't need my ruby at 5 anymore. So I'm going to save it up for Faraday. My Faraday is not up to. That's what it's going to go to next. Because
which one?
The Discharger. Because I think the Earth is going to be better because I'm usually in the Thunder slot. I'm usually defending against Thunder monsters. So
yeah,
that's why I chose that one over Dark. And also the Dark's some of his his moves are kind of wasted in the dark in that category anyway. So those are my 2 choices. But I know in Legendary 2, Legendary 3 PvP, I'm always running up against rank 5 Faradays. So I want mine to be rank 5 too.
Faraday was my first rank 5 Nemesis monster.
So I just recently got a Faraday maybe a month ago. Peyton logged into my account. He made a video about it. And he bought it. You saw that? Did you watch that? So he's been telling me for the longest time, get Faraday. He's so amazing. But I told him, you know, the Nemesis dungeons a couple months back, like earlier this year, they were giving out the cells. So I told him, a lot of my friends who told me to get Ruby also bought Faraday when he came out because he's such a good counter to Volt. And I was like, to me, that's not worth like paying. I mean, he's great. Don't get me wrong, but I am, aside from race, like just sponsoring epics, like I'm very selective on my account. Like if I can get a free to play like through the dungeons, amazing. Like Talos, I don't know if you guys remember, but those dungeons, I mean, I don't know about you, Yami, but they were hard as heck. Like, so, but it was very rewarding, and I did get all 3 Taloses, and I was able to do those dungeons again as they came out, and so I was able to rank them. But besides that, like my my nemesis, look, if you look at my stuff, like I'm so short. Like it's so sad for the plague carrier. I just need 3 more. Can you just social point? Can you just do the community a favor and just bring back Nemesis dungeons? Because honestly,
they're not going to do it.
That's all we need.
I heard they're not, but someone said they might. So I don't know.
No,
they might this year.
Said they don't plan on doing it anytime.
Said that. Yeah, so I've seen both. I've seen a message about both. So.
I mean, this year is a whole 12 months, so that's possible.
Right.
But anytime soon kind of implies like at least 3 months. So I don't expect it anywhere sooner than like April.
Yeah, and I think what it is, Yami, is, you know, the dungeons for many players got them to 70, 75 cells.
It was planned.
And
100% it was planned that way.
Yeah. And so they want to maximize those chests. They want to make sure that everyone who's going to buy a chest is going to buy one. And I believe that's why we're seeing the delay. And I think what's going to happen is, you know, we've already had the War Master class come out. We're going to have another class of yet more monsters. I think the War Master's Pets is what the rumor is. And about that time, but I think like about that time, maybe we'll see Nemesis come to everybody, which means they'll release the Nemesis dungeons again. All the free-to-play players who are sitting on 70, 75 cells shouldn't be able to get their Nemesis out of the game for free.
Yeah.
But I think they're waiting for all the pay-to-play players. They're trying to like get every chest of these things sold that they can sell. And when that's almost down to, you know, negligible numbers, then we'll see it the dungeon.
Just trying
and I think we're about that point. I don't see many people buying Nemesis chests anymore.
No, I did it once when it first came out. I did a video. But other than that, I haven't bought. I bought the Ruby one because you know, I choose the one I wanted out of all to do the vids, but like never bought a Sammy.
I bought the Sammy one, and I got really lucky. I got 400 Samo plague carrier cells out of it, and I didn't know how lucky I was. Everyone was so amazing, and then unfortunately, my friends who bought it after that didn't get so lucky. So even some players, the chest for $50, $60 maybe, whatever it was, did get any Nemesis cells. That was harsh.
I got 1 out of 8 at one point. I think I did it 4 times. 2 times I got really lucky, and 2 times I got really, really unlucky. So I guess it balances out, but at the same time, screw you.
Right. It feels really bad when you spend $50 and you get Varuna and Thorder cells or something, right?
Yeah.
Just the fact that they were breedables as well. I think I got a Lord Moltus, like a 50 cells to him. And there was another breedable that I got. I think it was, what's the dark one called? The dark breedable with a sword.
The dark breedable monster, legendary. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It is Dark Zool.
No, the other one, Nabotus or Nabutos or whatever. I got his cells as well, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Yeah.
And since that day, I refuse to buy any more Nemesis chests.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm very selective on chests. Most of them, like these lucky chests. I mean, are you kidding me? They're terrible. And
yeah, lucky. Okay, if you say so.
I mean, yeah, they're lucky for social point. They're lucky to take the money for no return. But yeah, a lot of the chests are just not very good. Sometimes they're good, but I usually wait to see other people open them before I even think about getting one for myself.
Yeah, exactly. Let other people take the risk first, and then you can make your judgment afterwards.
No, because other people have more disposable income than I do.
It
At least I think so.
definitely seems that way.
Yeah.
Or do you plan to get after Faraday? Like ranked up?
Me, I think I can do it anytime. I usually like to kind of build up my count between